serving commercial uses to the area within Magnolia Park that is designated for community uses currently. We did receive a public comment against the change from residential to commercial because they would like to see commercial uses being still provided within Southtown. So since we're exploring this option of adding neighborhood serving commercial uses within that 2-acre parcel that is currently designated for community uses, we'd like to know what people think about allowing these certain types of commercial uses, such as a coffee shop or fitness studio within this area. We do understand that there's a concern with certain uses like a convenience store being built. The city does have authority to limit certain uses, so we can also identify uses that you would not like to see here. So we're going to go ahead and just transition into the open discussion portion of tonight's meeting and just see if there's any comments, questions, or feedback that anyone might have. So maybe we can go ahead and go to the next slide and see if there's any raised hands. I'm not seeing anything. Let's see if there's any chat. Fred, is there anything you'd like to add?
I think I would just add, again, this is Fred Bouderi, the Acting Community Development Director. So we'd certainly appreciate any feedback that neighbors would have on the project that Angelica has just described. Certainly take the time to review the plans. If you need additional information, the city staff is always available to talk to anyone or communicate by email. And we'd be happy to go over any of the typical procedures that the city goes through when considering land use changes like this, and explaining the planning process or talking about the items Angelica has mentioned, such as any questions you might have about the residential project and its design and what it looks like. Or, as she mentioned, the exploration of the idea of providing some neighborhood serving services on the parcels just east of the fire station, which are currently designated for uses such as religious institutions, daycare, small schools, or membership organizations, and similar things. So I think that is it. We'd really appreciate any feedback that neighbors would want to send to us. And thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Fred. So I think maybe we'll just hang tight for a few minutes and see if anyone joins in on the meeting. Our contact information is here. If you would like to email us directly or if you'd like to give us a call, you're definitely welcome to do that. And I just also want to mention that we will be sending out notices when the public hearings are scheduled. So you will be definitely receiving those notices, and you will also have an opportunity to provide input at that time too. Yeah. I'm not seeing any new attendees at this time. Should we wait a few more minutes, Brad?
I think it would be a good idea just a couple more minutes. Maybe we'll see if anyone joins late.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sounds great. I'd just like to remind everyone that we're here to talk about the Park Parish project. And if anyone has any comments, questions, or feedback that they'd like to provide, we're here.
Well, do we have any more attendees at this time?
Not any new ones, no.
Okay. All right. Well, I wonder if we could do maybe just one last scroll through the slides. If anybody picks up on the recording and just wants to go back through the look and leave people with the screen showing, the last screen showing with our contacts, and for those who are able to go in and take a look at it afterwards, they'll know how to get in touch with us.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I think we can just go through the slides really quickly. Albert, do you think you can go to the next slide? So here we're just describing the project that's proposed. It's a request to convert an existing 2-acre parcel from neighborhood commercial to medium residential for the construction of 2 homes. And you can see the area that we're talking about highlighted in red. Maybe we can go to the next slide. And here you can just see the proposed layout for the project, including the home locations as well as what access would be provided. There's also an option to click the link here, and it should take you to the full project plan if you're interested in taking a look at them. Next slide, please. So during the last meeting, we did start exploring the idea of adding neighborhood serving commercial uses to this area here within Magnolia Park that is designated for community uses. We did receive a public comment against the change from residential to commercial because they would like to see commercial uses being provided within Southtown. So since we are exploring the option of adding neighborhood serving commercial uses within this 2-acre parcel that is currently designated for community uses, we would like to know what people think about allowing certain uses such as a coffee shop or a fitness studio within this area. We do understand that there's a concern with certain uses like a convenience store being built here. Now the city does have authority to limit certain uses, so we can also identify uses that you would not like to see. So we can go ahead and go to the next slide. We're here to just get your input and have a discussion or get some feedback, questions, comments. So if there's any, maybe we can take a look and see if there's any new participants and if there's any questions or any raised hands. Just let us know. You can also type in the chat if you do have any questions or comments. So I'll take a look and just see if there's anyone. Let's see. Maybe we can go ahead and go to the next slide. Here's our contact information. You can definitely get in touch with us by sending us an email or giving us a call. We're available. If you have any feedback or questions or comments on the project, maybe we can just leave this up for a minute or two and see if there's any feedback and maybe just call it a night for tonight.
Thank you. Thank you, Angelica.
No problem. So I'm not seeing any. So I think at this point we can maybe end tonight's meeting. As we mentioned earlier, we will be sending out notices when public hearings are scheduled. We don't have a specific time for that yet. So we will definitely send out a notice when that's scheduled, and you can definitely provide your comment at that time as well. But we would like to hear from you. So if you do have any thoughts, if you can reach out, that'd be great. I think at this point, we'll just say goodnight and thank you for joining us. And if you have any questions, just definitely reach out, or if you have any comments. Thank you.